Are we good? Let's see, final checks here. All right. Hello everyone, welcome to Rocket Science Gallery. Thank you for watching. My name is Bailey, and today I'm going to be playing Surviving Mars. This is one of my favorites, one of the most scientifically accurate and realistic space sci-fi games I've played. And in addition to having not played it for a while, I wanted to give it another shot. I also wanted to just sort of give some commentary on like what makes it, why it's so great, and shout out some of the especially well-researched parts of it, and just give a little bit of an engineering background to the game. So I have played this before. It's been a while, so I'm just going to start a new game. I'm also playing with some mods. I'll go through them and probably have a list later on for you, but I'll just scroll through here quickly. And yeah, it's quite a lot, but it's just additions, doesn't change the base game at all. So yeah, let's get started here. And then I don't think this will be applicable later on, but I believe right now this game is free on Humble Bundle. Not a sponsor, but just thought I'd point that out. If you're interested in checking it out for yourself too. So, alright, so to start with, we're going to pick a mission sponsor here. So essentially which company or country is going to be funding your mission. Let's see, so we have difficulties here as well. I have played with a few different ones here. Just to keep it simple, I'm going to go with, let's go with a private space company, Space Y. And so then you also have your commander profile, which is basically like, it'll give you a special perk for the game. So in this case, I usually do rocket scientist, that's my personal favorite. We also have some other ones here I haven't tried before. Let's see. That is impressive. That's interesting. Work faster drones. We've got autonomous sensors. Actually, that could be quite useful there. Let's try this one. Futurist. Colonial logo. That's just for some customization there. I think we can just stick with the default one. Mystery. So yeah, this is a really cool feature. Basically, there will be a event that occurs during the game, and you won't know what it is until it starts if you haven't played it before. So it just gives a bit more of a story to the game, even though it's more of a city builder survival game type thing, but it gives it a bit of a story, which is quite enjoyable. So rival colonies, this is part of one of the DLCs, in which you will have other space programs that are also building a colony on Mars, and you can interact with them. I don't think there's any like active aggressive behavior from them that I've seen, at least. So yeah, you can select them here. I think I've had issues before with some of these, so let's go with Russia, of course, would be a likely other colony, as well as the USA. I had issues with the AI with China, I think, so let's go with Europe then. Pretty likely other colonies you would expect to find on Mars around this time. Game rules, so you can make the game harder or easier here. I don't think we need any of these. Sensible passage use. Yeah, I don't think we need this. Okay. So I'm going to just take 1 second here to verify everything is working correctly on my end of the streaming system here. Okay, just double checking there. Alright, and I am going to be recording this, and I'll have the full version uploaded afterwards, as well as an edited down video too. So alright, so we're ready to start here. Mission sponsor is Space Y, no relation, I'm sure. So you have an initial funding, some rockets to start out with, applicants who are willing to go to Mars and be colonists there. You have research per soul, which I'll explain once we get to that part. Rare metals export price. Once you get to Mars, there are resources you can send back to Earth for additional funding. we have some bonuses here for this sponsor, the Dragon rocket. So a faster rocket requires less fuel, but that can't carry as much, understandably. Solar array, you can get additional solar panel construction, and some commander profile background. Basically, like your personal background as the mission runner, the guy running the mission here. All right. So we have our initial rocket. I'm sorry, just a second here. Got something in my eye. My bad. Let's see. Okay, so prefab build. So essentially before we start, we can select what we're going to be sending to Mars here. On board our Dragon #1 rocket. We have a cargo capacity limit and a funding provided, so we can start with some prefab buildings. Essentially, instead of having to construct these on Mars, they're just pre-built and shipped to the planet, and then they can be fully assembled once they arrive. So it'll save you resources that you would have to construct while you're there. Excuse me. So I think we'll just go with these by default. These are pretty good to start with. So we have drone hubs. So essentially, you'll have a little controller for robotic rovers on Mars that can construct and collect resources, as well as a Stirling generator. This looks like, I think this is an RTG, but yes, this is basically, it's a self-contained power providing device. A radioisotope thermoelectric generator, I think. I'll have to check that later. We also have a transport remote control vehicle. So these are used for moving resources from one place to another and also collecting it from the surface. And these are our little drones here. They got some robotic arms and just driving around the map, carrying resources, and also constructing buildings, which is very important at this stage of the program. And we also got polymers, machine parts, electronics are 3 of the resources that we'll be starting out with. We'll need those for construction. The other resources are concrete, metals, and food. We don't need food yet, of course, because there's no people going on this first trip. Metals you can find on the surface quite commonly, and concrete as well you can find there. We also have orbital probes, which are essentially single use, not sure why, but essentially they'll scan an area of the map, and I'll show you how that works later too. Alright, so a colony site. So you can select where on Mars you want to land, and there are some presets here. I have tried a few of these higher difficulty areas before, like up in the poles. No, this isn't too bad, I guess. Oh yes, 320% challenge. So you can pick any specific coordinates you want as well, and they also have some regions indicated. That's neat. So the main issues when you're to consider here, I think you can build on Olympus Mons. That's pretty cool. Very difficult. So the reason that this affects the difficulty is you have environmental hazards, so dust devils, dust storms, meteors, and cold waves, all of which can happen randomly, and their frequency is indicated here. So usually you can't really get around dust devils and dust storms. They essentially are what they say they are, the little tornadoes and just long-lasting dust storms. So those are going to be present basically wherever you go. The frequency changes a little bit depending on where you're at. Meteors are another thing. There's not really anything you can do about it other than there are some defensive systems you can build later on. We'll hopefully get to that. And cold waves are the toughest one that I've encountered. Basically, the temperature of the entire area drops drastically. So like if basically the northern United States, but much worse. That is very difficult to handle because your power consumption is increased and your entire colony is put under strain there. So those, hopefully we can avoid that by going somewhere in the tropical regions here. These sound like pretty nice places. Okay, and then the other consideration is the resources that are likely to be located in this region of the planet. So you have, like I said, metals and concrete, which you have to use for construction. So the more of those that are available in that area, the better of a colony site it will be. You also have the water reserves that are likely to be located in this area, which once you start building a colony, if there's not enough water, that could get difficult to manage. So we don't want to do too high of a difficulty, but also don't want it to be too easy. I mean, we're going to space here. It's not like this is going to be a walk in the park. Let's pick. Let's see, how we got here? Yeah, meteors, dust devils, less dust storms. That's interesting. Lots of water though, and infrequent cold waves as well. Pretty far south still. But we still got a good amount of metals and concrete. Let's see, is there anywhere nearby that's a little better? Okay, and then topography, relatively flat. That means there'll be a lot of building area for us to do. Let's see. Yeah, this one looks pretty good. Let's give this a shot. I have played this before on some higher difficulties that I was not really able to complete, but we'll just see how it goes. And you can't predict everything. You just have to be ready to handle whatever it throws at you. All right, so let's give this a go. Loading. So yeah.
Welcome to Mars.
All right, here we are. So everyone at Mission Control is impatient to see the rocket touching down and unloading its precious cargo. Our remotely controlled eyes and hands on the red planet, the drones and rovers. Goal is to secure a foothold for humanity by building the first Martian dome. Very important. This daunting endeavor will allow the brave pioneers, the founders, to settle on Mars and prove that the colony is sustainable. Very important as well. But until then, we have to make sure the colony has enough construction resources, water, oxygen, and power. So yes, we have to get a setup going here first before we can send people here as well. This actually looks familiar. Maybe I've played this location before. Anyways, so here is the map area. We can pick a grid area to scan in a queue. Essentially, it'll scan one area at a time. You can also zoom in, so this would be what the view will be like most of the time. So as of now, we haven't scanned anywhere, so we don't know what sort of resources are present in each location. So let's see, we also can pause it too here while we're looking around. So this area has been scanned first, and you can see we have a vista area, so this is a nice view in this spot. It has a concrete deposit, or regolith rather, so this can be dug up and processed into concrete. We also have an anomaly that could be interesting to perform some research on. Alright, and I will get to the research system in just a bit here. So before we do that, let's find a good landing spot. I'm going to just start by scanning a sector here. Let's go up in this corner. How about? Actually, yeah. Let's do this corner. So let's add that to queue. Actually, no. Let's just full scan this area. Okay, so we got some interesting. So that is the orbital probe scan. For some reason, they're only single use. I guess that's a gameplay mechanic, I suppose. So another anomaly here that will improve research goals. Another one here, concrete deposit. And all right, so you can also, I'm just going to queue up these surrounding areas for scans as we go. So let's land our rocket here. Doesn't really make too much difference. Okay, except for this outline here will determine the transmission or communication range of the rocket with the drones that it's controlling. So the drones themselves can be directed to go outside this area, but they won't be able to perform their operations when they get too far away. So let's just land it right about in the middle here. And there we go. First, well, not the first manned mission to Mars, but we're getting close. Touchdown. Okay. All right. So we've got our transport rover here, and also our little drones running around. Oh, that's our rocket. Here's the drones. Okay. So now we have our initial infrastructure, if you can, I guess you could call it. So these drones are they inactively? They're not doing anything right now. So one thing we can do, we have some resources here, some metal on the surface. So basically, we sent some materials with the rocket, and the rest of that we're going to have to find on the planet's surface. So let's see, we've got here a little bit of polymers, electronics, machine parts. That's not going to be enough to build a sustainable facility or colony, though. So we're going to need to find additional resources at this location. So to start, okay. So before we get started here, we have research system in this game. So basically, how this works is our sponsor of the mission is going to be performing research as you go, or as the colony progresses here. And this research can unlock new abilities or new buildings or new technologies. So you can have up to 5 research tasks in queue, and they'll be completed at a rate. So we have 200 per soul, that's 200 per day. And then you also have outsourcing, which you can pay for, research buildings, and genius colonists, which are basically people doing research on Mars for you. Let's see. So let's go ahead and pick, let's see what we got for research here. Cargo space increase, that's not super helpful right now. Vapor, okay, so we'll need water eventually, but not at this point. Terraforming, we're going to have to wait on for a long time still. Let's see, RC Explorer, research, okay, that's actually pretty useful, we'll do that. Physics, probes are cheaper, also very useful. And, okay, so grant, a one-time grant, that's very helpful. We'll queue those up for now, and then as you complete research, additional subjects will become available, and they get increasingly useful. So these last ones are usually very high-end. I think it's also a random order most of the time, but the last ones I think are generally the better options. We also have some mods here, mod research, that these are going to take a really long time to do anyways, and they're not very useful at the moment, I don't think. So we'll wait on that. Now another thing, we also have we have a rumor the colony of Europe is going to find water on Mars first, supposedly. So here's a planetary view. You can see where all these other colonies are. There's Europe, Russia, and America, our colony here. And you can also see their resources, research, their status is essentially. Yeah. So far it's pretty early in the game. We don't have to worry about too much there. Terraforming introduction. So yeah, there is a big terraforming system in the game now, as you can see here. Probably not going to get to that for quite a long time, so we'll wait on that. Oh, that's kind of annoying there. Let's see here. Let me check. Hold on, let me check something here. Yes, we do have a radio here for some background music, so we'll have that going. All right, so we're going here. We got the drones going out to collect some resources. So let's build a storage facility here, so we can have just a place to store our resources, just to have them centrally located. And the first thing you'll generally want to do once we're here is establish some sort of infrastructure to build off of. So let's see, we do have a couple prefabs. We have a Stirling generator. We have drone hubs. So at this point, the rocket can operate as a drone hub, so we don't need to worry about that for now. But we also have, okay, so we'll need to find a way to produce power. So here's, you can see on the top here, we've got the resource monitor. So we have some metals collected yet. They're all right here, it looks like, most of them. And then, okay, so the drones are starting to unload the rocket now. They're going to put all our resources in one spot here. So let's start by constructing some, let's see, we do not have concrete yet, so we're going to need solar panels to produce electricity. How much do we have here? That's going to be most of our metals. Let's just do some simple ones. And I'll build it close to this concrete area because we're going to want to do that sooner than later. Alright, so going to pick up metals, and he is going to go construct. I think there's a follow cam option on here. There we are. Yeah, so we've got, oops, let me fix the camera there. Very zoomed. Okay, so now that we've got that, hold on, sorry, my bad. This is, camera's a little messed up here. There we go. Okay. Alright, so we got our construction started here. Nice. Okay, and we have power production. So it's not going anywhere yet because we don't have anything actually plugged into it yet. So let's go about this concrete collection here. So concrete extractor, we need 5 metals and 2 machine parts. Thankfully we shipped some machine parts with, so we're able to use those. Let's have this guy collect some more metals too while we're at it. So basically we just need to collect additional metals to construct this concrete extractor. So I'm going to speed up the game here and just have the drones unload a little faster. Okay, so while we're talking about game speed here, this is a good time to mention how the Sol system works. So Martian days are 25 Earth hours. So the one Sol is approximately 1 day, or literally 1 day. However, since this timeline doesn't really work out for everything that is you're going to need to worry about in this game, there's also a system where 1 Sol counts as, I believe, 1 year once you have colonists here. It's a little weird, but we don't have to worry about it at this point. Right now, just consider 1 Sol is 1 Martian day. So we've got our drones working overnight here, collecting resources. Okay, we've got plenty of metal now at this point, so let's go back to normal speed. Okay, so let's get our concrete extractor set up here. Alright, so we have, this is the object itself, and then the area where it's going to be mining in. So let's put it, and then you can set up multiple of these per deposit, so let's do it right here, just close enough so that, so we have cables connecting each of these objects. These ones are adjacent, so I don't think we'll need any additional cables. But yeah, so collecting resources here. Looks like the drones are going to the extractor. Hold on a sec, I just gotta check something here. Okay, there we go. Alright, so now that we've got a little bit of infrastructure started, okay, our solar panels are not producing electricity at night, of course, so that is going to be an issue until the morning, but we can keep constructing this overnight. And I'll speed it up a little bit here. Okay, so yes, so we just have to keep going here. Drone heavy load. I don't think this is really too much of an issue at the moment. I mean, we have only 4 drones at the moment, so it's going to be a little understaffed, but we still got enough to keep going, to keep working here. And here we go. Alright. So we do not have enough power at the moment. We've got 2, 4, okay. So we need 1 more solar panel, looks like. Like I said, it's been a little while since I played this. So in addition to this concrete extractor mining this regolith to produce concrete with, it will also kick up dust while it works. So everything within this area is going to be dusted, basically. Oh, we got an alert here. Earth HQ has approved a new project to expand our Martian operations. The endless stream of scientific data flowing in from the Red Planet is too much to be handled, even by the largest scientific organization alone. Top brass of our sponsor have just made the decision to sell the scientific data to third parties by setting up remote transmission facilities on Mars. In fact, you've discovered the new special project, Contract Exploration Access. It can be completed multiple times to gain funding. Cool. So that might be what our mystery is about? Who knows? This could be something different? New special project. Okay, yeah, so alright, so now that we've gotten here, there are other projects that you can do on the surface of the planet here. And you'll need to send an expedition there. Doesn't look like we need any. Okay, so this does require, you need to send fuel and polymers. Basically, we're outsourcing research at this location. So we're going to hold off on that because we don't really need a whole lot of additional funding right now. We just need to get our facility operational. Okay, here we go. So, speaking of which, the concrete extractor is running now. And All right, so we've got our production per soul of 24 concrete units. I believe they're tons. I could be wrong on that. That sounds too much. Anyways, so yeah, so as this thing works, it's also going to produce waste rock, which is just rock that's been dug up during the digging process and can't really be used. So we have to have a place to put that for now. There are ways of using it later on and turning it into something useful, but for now we're just going to put a dumping site, just a place to store the waste rock so it doesn't pile up and get all over the place. Alright, so we got our RC transport. Oh, he's got a lot of stuff here. Let's unload at this storage location. Actually, this one is almost full, so let's put another one here. There we go. So we got storage area now. Okay, so at the moment, not a whole lot's happening. We're just collecting resources, producing energy. Everything's pretty good. So let's see. The next step will be, what else we got here? Metals extract. Okay, so at the moment we don't know really where else to go next because we're still scanning. Let's do another. Okay, so we got high chances sector contains metals. Oh wow, you see a meteor right there. So yeah, that's also another thing you got to be concerned about. Not really much you can do about meteors at this point. Mars's atmosphere is too thin to block the meteors that will usually be burned up in Earth's atmosphere. So at the moment, if a meteor strikes, there's not much I can do about it. So let's check around here. So let's scan this area.
Sector scanned.
Okay, we found a metal deposit. So we'll need a metal extractor staffed by colonists. Technically, that is true. We do have a automated extractor in one of these mods, but I think it's pretty expensive here, and we can't build it yet. So yeah, so that's not super helpful at the moment, but we still got plenty of metals on the surface to work with here. So let's also check our resupply here. All right, so we have 4 rockets available, $4.5 billion, and 40 megagrams per rocket here. So let's send a cargo here. We've got some anomalies that could be checked out here. So let's take one of these Explorer rovers. Basically, these ones will just go around and check out these anomalies and find out what's up with them. They also produce some research passively once we get that tech completed. What else? We already have 1 transport. That's probably enough. Prefab buildings. So yeah, we don't need these factories yet. We don't have anybody to run them. Drone hub. Moisture vaporator. We still haven't found any water yet, so one of these might be good to have. So these basically will take the Martian atmosphere and condense any water out of it that is present. They're not great at producing water, but it is still capable of producing a slight amount, so they're useful to have when you don't have a lot of other sources available. We don't need it at the moment, but we are going to need it soon enough, so if we have a prefab available, then we don't have to worry about that once we get to building a dome. Also, we could probably use some more drones, since these guys are getting a little overworked. We could get maybe another orbital probe. Probably don't need that at the moment, but I think it'd be good to have. Machine parts, I think we're all right on that for now. Let's do a little bit more a few more machine parts. Okay, so we still got a lot left, but at this stage, there's not a whole lot else we need at the moment, and I don't want to waste all of our funding right away. You know what? Let's do a little bit of this. We can get going a little faster here. Let's go machine parts. All right, and we will launch our rocket. So we've got a resupply coming with a bit more resources. Okay, so this guy's not running because it's nighttime, so just disable the night shift. And yeah, so the drones will just keep on finding surface metals to extract. Hold on a second. Sorry here. Just gonna check update. Something. Sorry about that. Just a quick interruption. All right, my bad. So we're just sort of running around doing our research, or doing our collection, having our research running. We've got almost done scanning this area. Anomaly. So yeah, we've got, so here's our dumping site. We're already starting to pile up some waste rock. See the drones are collecting the concrete from here as it produces it. Some metals there.
Sector scan.
Alright, we got a scan complete of this new area and another anomaly. So we definitely want that RC Explorer once it gets here. It's going to be very useful. Okay, so this guy, let's have him go start collecting some of this. And yeah, so early on, I mean, we only have a limited amount of stuff we can do since we're just starting out the colony here. So let's see what else we can do. Wind turbines, we can use some machine parts for that, so we can still have energy production at night. Let's see, we got our drone hub. Sensor tower will extend our scanning speed, or increase our scanning speed. Also let us know ahead of time if we're going to get a meteor or anything, so let's do one of those. And I believe, okay, yeah, so thanks to the futurist profile, we don't need any power for these, so I can just build these away from the dust production there. Oh, okay. We also have, so our other rocket's ready to land. Let's put him again. Actually, let's put him over here so we have a little bit more scanning area, working area for the drones. Also resources right there. And all right, let's see. What else can we do? Storage, life support. Okay, so here's our domes. We're going to need to collect a lot more resources there first. Lots of stuff for that. Life support. So we're going to have to be producing oxygen at some point too. So we'll construct a MOXIE. I do not remember off the top of my head what that stands for, but basically they've just, I think they just started making these at NASA, where it produces oxygen out of the atmosphere on Mars. So let's just get one of those going here. Under construction, we got our second rocket touching down. Okay, so water extractor, we're going to need to find a water deposit first, and for that we're going to need to wait on scans. Let's see, air tanks and water tanks, we're going to need that as well, but at this point we don't need those a whole lot. Okay, so we got our RC Explorer, let's have him check out what is going on with this anomaly. This one will help us discover new technologies, perhaps. Probably, yes. And we got all our new drones here. They're looking like they're going to start unloading stuff. Let's put another storage location down so they can have a place to store. And all right, we're doing good, looks like. So you can see, all right, so we got a little bit of a lull here. We've got our electricity production grid, which is pretty small right now. So you can you'll monitor how much electricity you have and how much you need. You got then the life support grid. Oh, autosave. Got our life support grid. We need oxygen and water at all times once we have people here, but we don't yet, so that's not too much of a concern. Quite a lot of metals, and you can see your production rate and how much you're using. Same with concrete, we're doing all right there. We only have one extractor at the moment. And then, yeah, we got our, okay, so let's check our research. We got Explorer AI right here. Okay, so waiting on that still, about halfway there. Oh, okay, so it looks like Europe has found water on Mars first. So, alright, we still got plenty of other stuff we can be the first at. Congratulations, Europe. Okay, so it looks like we need electricity production. Oh, hey, here we go. Alright, we've got scanned an anomaly and also a new technology.
There's more to the barren environs of the red planet than meets the eye. A veritable treasure trove of undiscovered knowledge and wonder. So long as you know where to look.
Cool, cool. Alright, so we have new technologies available. Magnetic filtering and dozer rover. Yeah, okay, so the dozer rover is a terraforming thing. We don't really need that yet. We also got magnetic filtering, oxygen production increased by 50% on MOXIEs. That will be very helpful in the long term. Let's just queue that up now so we can have that as a possibility in the future. Alright, so we need to provide electricity to this Moxie here. Let's do a wind turbine, because we're going to have more of our infrastructure around this location as well. So, alright, so another thing with these wind turbines, they also will get, as you can see on the right there, an elevation boost. So the higher up on the from the surface you are, the higher wind speed will be, and so you'll produce more electricity.
Anomaly found.
Okay, we got some more anomalies here. Get our scanner or our explorer here. So we've got a lot of anomalies here actually. Let's see. Interesting readings. Research goals. Research goals. New technologies. Let's check out this interesting readings one. This further analysis required. Go to that. All right. See, this one's operating pretty well so far. We're really starting to pile up on waste rock. Oh, I guess we still got some more storage space left. All right. So yeah, as you can see over here, this guy. Another feature of the consideration for these drones is they do have limited batteries, so you're going to have to be recharged occasionally. They last quite a long time, it seems, but yeah, you can see they'll go back to the rocket whenever they're about to run out of battery, and then I think this might be in that other one. So yeah, all right, so we have our Moxie running here. It doesn't have anything to output to, so I don't, let's see, is it actually producing now? Must be connected to a consumer. So let's build a oxygen storage tank. Oh yeah, we got plenty of metals to work with here. Picky, I guess. So, all right. So once we have production operation here, we're going to need a place to store it. So storage of water and oxygen is going to be a very important thing. Okay, we've got a bunch of metals here. Let's, anomaly analyzed.
The odd composition of the debris collected from the anomaly site has proven to be an uncrackable riddle for our science team.
Interesting. Cannot originate on Mars. Not the remains of a meteorite. Origin of the debris will be a mystery. The more we know, the more we realize that we don't know. The genius applicant is available on Earth. Nothing like a good puzzle. Alright, well, we'll have to keep an eye on that in the future. I'm guessing that's a mystery that we'll have to discover. Let's go check out one of these other anomalies here. Alright, so now our storage tank is ready. We're going to have to build pipes. This is a big infrastructure component. So pipes will occasionally break down. Well, technically everything's going to break down, especially on during sandstorms or dust storms.
Sector scan.
Oh, we got a scan completed. So that is another consideration we have for infrastructure management. Alright, so no resources in this sector. Fair enough. Let's see. Let's continue the queue here. Actually, we don't. Let's go up here. Alright, so you can see here is those dust devils. Not super dangerous to the buildings at least, but it will degrade them much faster due to lots of dust getting on there and being abrasive. Let's keep scanning up here. Or queue that at least. Alright, so we got our oxygen tank running here. We're starting to store oxygen. That's good. Getting some supplies built up. And okay, we're good. We're doing good. Okay. So yeah, we still haven't found water yet.
Complete.
Oh, we got it.
Anomaly.
Oh, nice. So we've analyzed that anomaly. That gave us a lot of research for what we found there. And that completed our first research project. What was that? Oh, actually it completed several of them, it looks like. Okay, so new and low G turbines, increased power production, that's always good to have. Transport optimization, resource faster and maximum storage increased by 15. That's useful. We don't have a whole lot else that we need at the moment though, so I'll just queue that up to have in the long run. Alright, we got a few more metals on the surface here. Okay, we still got, alright, let's, we're all fill up on metals already in these universal storage locations, so let's do a depot just for metals, because that's going to be very important. Alright, houses. Alright, so we got a lot more drones than necessary here. Let's build another it's more concrete extraction. We're going to need a lot of this stuff, so. And, okay, looks like I might have. Okay, I think we can get at it still. So yeah, there's only so much area that you can actually extract the regolith from, so this one consideration. I guess I built a little too close with this guy. So we'll build it here, and we also are going to need a cable system. Let's get it as close as we can here. Alright, and we're also going to need more power production as well.
Anomaly analyzed.
Oh, anomaly analyzed. We got new technologies. Alright, let's check this first here. Let's do a wind turbine because we're going to need, well, we are going to need more concrete and extraction at night at some point. So let's do, can't be rotated. Alright, let's just do a normal wind turbine here. Okay, new text
more
available.
To the barren environs of the red planet
Lots of
that meets
stuff
the
we
eye.
got here. Okay, so we've got greenhouse Mars. So greenhouse gas factories to basically increase the temperature of the Martian atmosphere. Yeah, it's a lot different on Mars than Earth. Fungal farm, we can produce food from fungi on Mars. Very useful. We've also got apartment buildings for inside domes. Definitely going to need that at some point. Faster rovers. That could be useful. It's not we have more drones than needed at this point, though. Subsurface heater. So this is going to be essential for any cold waves that occur. Basically, it uses water to heat up the surrounding area. So it's basically just a heat pump at that point. Yeah, hopefully we won't need. We're in an area without too much cold waves that will occur, so I think we'll be all right without this for now. Live from Mars. Yes, so you can have a reality TV show of Mars. I think that I've always thought that sounded like a cool idea, but we'll get more applicants available for coming to Mars from Earth. That we'll have to wait on because we don't really have any infrastructure to support them yet. So we'll come back to that. But yeah, for now, let's just let's queue up. Let's queue up the apartments because that is going to be necessary at some point. All right, what are we doing here? Looks like we're doing good. We got our oxygen storage running. All right, so once we start building domes and having people living here, we're also going to need a lot more electricity. So let's just put together a solar array. This is one of the perks of being the Space Y sponsor, or having them as our sponsor. So I'm just basically planning at this point I'm going to be putting the dome in this area. That's why I have this other little bit over here constructed. So let's put our solar power array right there. Alright, and we also have, where's our explorer? Here. Oh, here he is. Let's check out this anomaly again, and let's speed it up as well.
Sector scanned.
Another scan complete. We got some more metals on the surface. Oh, and okay, so we do not have enough electricity here to keep these both running at the same time. So we have 6 feet. Okay, these are the grids are split at this point, so our values. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 11.1, and we need 5, 10. Something's not right here. Oh yeah, no, we're good now. Okay, must have been just during the daytime, or while it was setting, or during the nighttime while I was setting that up. So yeah, let's see. I believe cables are 1 metal per grid. Where's that? So I'm just using the keyboard shortcuts. That's okay. Here we are. Yeah, 1 metal for each. Oh, 5 set hexes. Okay, so we can do that. Let's just connect our power grids because that's going to get annoying to have to deal with them being separated. Here, and you can't build over cables, but you can build pipes over them, so just keep that in mind as we're going here. We'll just do that, keep it simple. So we'll have our grids connected, we'll have an excess of energy, we'll be able to build a power accumulator, a large battery. Excuse me, hold on a second, we've got a audio issue. sorry, I have to pause it for a second. I've got some sound issues going on my end. Pardon me. I have a really temporary setup going here, so this is going to have to have some optimization over time. Yeah, so that, hence the headset. This is all temporary setup. Okay, just some minor technical difficulties here. We'll cut all this out, don't worry about it. Okay, I've lost all sound. So, let's see. Alright, yeah, looks like this is just, this happens with Steam games occasionally. If the sound, basically my sound system just cut out for a second, so it used to be, I kind of have it fixed, I think, but just to be safe, I'm going to have to restart the game, it looks like. So let's save here. Okay, and then I'm going to restart the game. Just will be a quick minute here. Yeah, so yeah, that's just another consideration of having this all running in VR, I guess. There's some device compatibility issues I'm trying to have to work out. Alright, well, you know, this is really, gosh. Sorry about this. I thought I had this sorted out before I started. Apparently, this is I've looked this up, this is just an issue with the Windows Mixed Reality system. I don't know why it's happening, but it's just something I gotta deal with, so. Yeah. Okay, well, let's check. Alright, this is supposed to help a bit. Let's do that. Yes. Change the quality of the audio. Alright, and let's give this another try. There we go. Okay, sound is working again. Let's go back to Mars. Okay. Sorry about that, everybody. Technical difficulties on my end. It seems like we're up and running again.
Complete. Anomaly analyzed.
Alright, we are back on Mars. We're back in control. Everything's working again. Alright, so it looks like we completed the research on that anomaly there. We've got our crowdfunding research complete. That's awesome. More money. We can now also research systematic training. So scientists and botanists get perform better, I guess, while they're working. Fair my botany powers. We'll wait on that until we got people here, though. Okay, RC Explorer. So we have more anomalies. There's one up here, but I don't think we can get up this mountain yet. So that will be a consideration we'll have to manage if we want to get up there at some point. Okay. So it seems like we're working again. All right. So once we have the dome built over here, we're gonna have to have these rockets leave at some point to either perform additional missions or go back to Earth to collect supplies. So I'm going to build a drone hub to manage our drone infrastructure. So let's just put it, okay, so we don't have enough power, but I'm going to put it in a central location here. And let's also get on constructing some additional power generation systems. We got a lot of solar power, so let's do some wind as well. There are other power production methods in the game, but at this stage, this is what we got to work with, and you got to make do with what you got. So, all right, well, yeah. So let's also do some power, at least one battery, so we're not just wasting our energy at night, and have some.
Sector scan.
We got a scan complete here. So. We got some surface metals as well as a underground rare metal deposit. So these are the sort of things that will be very, very valuable on Earth. So you can, if you can collect them with some colonist manned extractors, you can send them back to Earth for additional funding. So very lucrative opportunities on Mars for resource collection there. I'm not sure of the real life geological composition of Mars, but I do know it's a whole nother planet of resources, so that just having that available would make a lot of difference for Earth. Okay, so what is happening here? We got not enough power. Let's turn this off the night shift as well because we're just running during the day with our solar system here. Solar system. Yeah. Okay, let's see. What else we got to work with here? Power switch. Might want to. Okay, so a reason you can do have these switches to control the power flow is in case you get a leaky cable where just there'll be some damage to the cable and due to a dust storm usually or dust devil, you can get a very inefficient cable that's going to be costing you a lot more electricity than you might be able to provide. So with these switches, you can shut off that power production, the power flow to that cable, and save yourself some electricity. So we'll do that to be able to split the grid if we have to here. What about life support? Can we do? Okay, we have one moisture vaporator. We're making progress. Let's build this up here so we can start our life support infrastructure going here. Now technically, okay, these reduce production when placed in your other vaporators because they're drawing from the same air, and if you're extracting all the water from the air from one device, there's not going to be much water left over for the other device to extract from, or to extract. So at the moment, though, we don't have any others, so it's good to let's just put this wherever, I guess. Also, it took me a little bit to figure this out too, but all the life support systems are in the same pipe network, so we'll have oxygen and water separately flowing through these pipes. A little odd, but it works. Let's see. Okay, this area has been on scanned already. All right, so let's see what we actually need to build a dome here. So a basic dome, you need 80 concrete. Still working on that. 20 metals, we're going there, and 10 polymers. So we do not have enough polymers anymore because we built that battery. A microdome we can do with 40. Okay, so this one we could actually build, but it is smaller, and we're going to need a bit more infrastructure available for the colonists for the initial settlement. So I think we could maybe do one of these, but we want to have a basic dome available too because you need to have a lot of services available. We also have a self-sufficient dome, which is basically building a few other things you'll need as well with it, which is more expensive anyways, so we're not going to worry about that at the moment. Okay, so unless we find, there are some polymers on the surface you'll find occasionally, but they're not very common, so I think we're probably going to have to send another resupply mission eventually. Okay, so we've got our water evaporator here, moisture evaporator, needs to be powered, so let's snake a cable through here. There we go, once they get built, we'll have some water production going. And of course we'll need a water tank then, I suppose. So where's that? Medium water tank. A little pricey, but we can manage that. Let's just do that there. And I don't think this requires power. No, we're good. Alright, how are we doing here? Just everybody's running around, all the drones doing their work. Very nice. Operating. Yeah, everything's going good. We got it pretty decent resource production here. Now, to be fair though, until we get an underground metal extractor running, there's only a limited amount of metals that we'll have to work with on the surface here. So once these surface deposits are gone, we have to have another way of producing resources. Got another dust devil up here. So we're going to have to, at some point, we're going to need to you'll need to either do resupply missions with metals or have colonists be extracting metals from underground. There's just no way around it. Mars only has so many resources as well. So let's connect this up here so we have our water production going. All right. Okay, so we're getting close to our concrete and metal requirements. Let's get another supply mission ready here. So cargo rocket. Actually, we can do a supply pod. So we're just a one-way trip here to provide some needed resources. We need polymers, definitely that. These are much more limited cargo capacity though, so can only fit so much on here. Let's do 10 polymers, and I think we're all right on machine parts and electronics for now. And drones. Yeah, it really stinks to just send it for polymers, but let's crank it up a bit so that we're not just wasting a capsule here. All right. Because machine parts and electronics we also can't produce on the surface yet, so we're going to need to either send those from Earth or have to construct them in location, which we'll need colonists for. All right, so we scanned this sector. We got another rare metal deposit, more concrete. This dust devil is really working here. So yeah, we have to keep an eye on that. If it gets too close to this transport, it can damage it, and we'll have to send a drone out to repair it. Which that drone could get damaged as well. So if these things don't go away, they can cause some issues here. Okay, but see, okay, we got our solar farm going. We have our grids connected. Oh, are they connected? They should be. No, I guess not. Good catch there. So, yeah, so we've got our little basic infrastructure going here. So far, so good. We got a lot of metals. Okay, so let's see what we need. Okay, for the dome, 80, 20, and 10. We have just enough concrete now, so let's wait a little bit longer on that. We're also going to have to wait for our supply pod.
Research complete.
Save. Okay, research is finished. We have done our Moxie upgrade. And now we can do water reclamation systems for domes. So this is a spire building, which is what the full-size domes will allow you to build. The small triangle dome does not support a spire. So each spire building will have a special effect that applies to the whole dome. This one, especially water reclamation, reduces your water consumption. Very essential for a limited water situation. So we'll queue that up. I don't know if we'll need that at this point because you can only build one spire building per dome. Let's see. Let's also do our fungal farm so we can get some food production in the future. This is a bit more long term, I suppose, since our research is fairly slow at the moment. It'll go a lot faster once we've got people here. Okay, so we've got, let's see, we've got a little bit of, okay, so our stored oxygen is maxed out. Let's build a, it's a little pricey still. What else we got? Okay, let's just build a few more oxygen tanks here. We don't want to be, we have resource production going here, so let's make sure we're taking advantage of it. We got our water production as well, so I'll be looking at that. Okay, we can store quite a lot. I think we'll be all right there for a while now. We'll put some pipes here.
Sector scanned. Anomaly found.
Oh, okay. Alright, so before we scan that, we got our capsule is ready to land here. Let's just keep it away from other stuff so that it doesn't kick up too much dust and damage anything. And I think it should be, there it is. And touchdown. Oh, and okay. We can salvage this for some resources. Alright, so we've scanned a new area and we found water. Nice. So that will be essential, of course. Pretty decent amount, low grade. I'm not sure how that affects our production, but oh, we've got another one here too. Okay, average grade and about the same amount, a little less. We also got an anomaly here, so let's go check that out. Where is our rover here? There. Oh, that's it. Okay. So new technology anomaly here. That could be interesting. Also some metals. Let's go pick those. Oh, this guy's still. Okay. All right. So we got a little bit more concrete. Let's place the foundation of the dome now. We have all the resources we need actually. So let's put it right about. I don't think it's super important. Let's see where our drone. Okay, so our drones can only service this area. So we do have another drone controller available, but that's cool. If you have two controllers, the drone networks won't be meshed, so they'll kind of have to. They can't work between each other very well. So we'll just build a dome. Try to keep it kind of close here. All right. Okay, so another thing we'll have to consider is passages, which will connect domes to other domes, so colonists can go between domes without having to go outside. And you can't build passages over these cables, so I don't know why you can't just build underground cables, but we'll have to reroute this power through the dome, I think, so that we can build. Eventually we'll want to build domes up in this area, so we'll want to be able to do that too. And also, let's see, what are we doing for water production? We do not have a lot right now. Okay, but we found water on the surface, so we can start building some water production systems. And these are autonomous as well. They do raise dust. So let's build our other drone hub over here as well, because we're going to have a lot of construction going on with these water productions here. So it's too far from a drone commander, so we're going to have, yes, the RC commander rover. Okay, so I think we're going to need another resupply here for this. We can purchase a supply pod. This is pretty important. The RC commander is a mobile drone hub, essentially, so a mothership sort of for drones. So we'll need one of those, and looks like that's all we'll be able to fit on this capsule. But that is essential for our continuation of the construction of the colony, so let's send that capsule. Alright, how are we doing here? Let's see. Okay, we're looking good. Alright, so our drones have already started building here. This will take a little bit of time to finish. Alright, so I think we can have our drones just go and work on this. So they can go in single commands. Oh, alright, here we go. We got some new tech available.
There's more to the barren environs of the red planet than meets the...
Okay, so topology AI landscaping projects. Not super important at the moment. That will be handy once we start building a lot more domes though. So we'll wait on that at the moment. For now, extractors upgrade. Okay, so you can basically overclock essentially the extractors to provide additional electricity, but increase their production rate. So we've already got our queue filled up here, but I think at the moment we're not doing a whole lot of extracting that this will apply to. Well, we are, but I don't think we need it yet, so we'll hold off on that at the moment for now. Alright, do we have any other anomalies? Not at the moment, so keep the queue filled up here. Alright, how are we doing this? So just keep the clock running here. Have our rover collect some more of these metals. Construction is... oh, we're almost done. At least we've almost got all the resources there, that is. So, yeah, we've still got 34 production, and most of it is in the construction site here, but we're not doing a whole lot. We're not needing it for a whole lot else yet, so we're still doing all right. We got a lot of machine parts. Let's do a few more of these sensor towers as well, so that we can get our scanning done faster. So, and these sensor towers will also provide additional advanced warning for, like, if a meteor is going to strike. They'll give a little bit more heads up, so at least just know what's going to happen. And then also, if there's a storm coming, they'll let you know a little bit sooner ahead of time.
Milestone achieved.
All right, we have our dome here. Gaia number 1. You can change that, but that works for now. Milestone achieved. We constructed a dome after 8 souls on Mars. Pretty impressive, I think. So we'll power it here, and then we'll also need to provide a connection to our life support grid. I think this will work. Yeah. And I think you can also change the appearance of this dome. It's kind of weird to have that change it after the fact, so I'll just leave it as it is. Alright, we got our payload here with our RC commander. Let's land that out here, I think it should be alright. Oh. Just game speed, that wasn't going to crash. Hopefully. And here we are. Alright, so should have some drones with it. There we are. We can salvage this. Alright, so now that we got some drones here, we'll have them go and work on this. Audio scan complete. More water, excellent. Very good. Very useful. Alright, our life support system is connected here. So, now that we have a dome, we can start planning for the presence of colonists on Mars. So, living quarters, living complexes, residential space. And then we also have apartments, which we're researching right now. I think, is that the current one? Not yet. Schools, I mean, this is a long-term project. We got schools, playgrounds for kids, nurseries, research lab, which is where we'll have people doing research on Mars to accelerate our goals there. What else we got? Apartments, observatories. Also can do, and then we also have services. So this is one thing I really like about this game. I've kind of came to learn from this that there's really any field of work or specialty seems like it has a place in the space industry. It might not be the biggest part to play, but there's still something that everybody can do. Because, like, where is it? Art store. Like, if you're going to be on Mars and just in this red planet, white surfaces, or monochrome metal everywhere, you're going to go crazy eventually. So having just some color or something that's out of the ordinary, just something you can look at that's not the same old thing every day, will help keep you sane even. Like interior design, same thing there. Or sports, just being able to have Martian athletics. That's a whole big, especially exercise in space and on Mars. The gravity's different, so exercise helps keep the human body operational while it's on lower gravities. Diner, food services is going to be a big deal. It's the same thing as on Earth. People want to have good experiences on other on wherever they're at. If it's another planet when there's not as many people, especially, you have to keep a functioning society, and foods is going to be a part of that. Space bar, same reasons there. Electronics store. I don't think there is an economy system in this game. There might, or on planet economy. There might be a mod for that though. I should look into that. Cinema, even, of course. You gotta have cool sci-fi movies. Live in the sci-fi movies. That's a thought. Aquarium, always fun. Aquariums are cool. Alright, so spire buildings. We got the cybernetic tree is from a mod. I don't think it actually works, though. I need to look into that more. And we've got some additional spire buildings. We haven't researched those yet, though. Decorations, of course. So another factor for colonists is their mental status while they're on the planet, while they're on the colony. You have, I believe it's stress and I forget the other one. We'll get into that once we have people landing on Mars. So that is another consideration. These gardens will help just as a place to just keep your mind, keep yourself sane, and have some a little bit of Earth on the planet. Might be it's cool living on Mars, or I imagine it is, but just knowing that Earth is still a thing as well is also going to be important too. Outside decorations as well, we can build some cool stuff there. Wonders. So these are for our long-term goals. These are like, I forget what all is in here. Some of these are specific to your sponsor as well. So we'll probably come back to this area in the future. But yeah, so we're gonna have to. All right. So firstly, before we start building too much, how's our resource production going? We've got plenty of concrete left in this deposit. Our production is going decently, really well here. We still got storage there. Okay, so our water production. We're going to need more water before we actually get people here, because our storage reserves aren't going to last forever. Actually, we don't even have that much stored yet. So let's power up this drone hub with, let's see what we got here. So we can do a Stirling generator just as a quick method, but that's going to be probably more useful for an emergency power supply. So let's go with a large solar panel. Actually, no, let's do, yeah, wind turbine here. Of course, we're going to need resources as well. So I believe we can use, where's my transport here? All right, so let's have this guy load some concrete, and we'll have him bring that over here eventually. I think we can have some of these drones pick it up as well. Let's see, we need, okay, we need, I think, one machine part for this, and one, well, let's just get some concrete too while we're at it. Okay, well, at some point we're going to need living quarters. So in any case, we're going to need that, so let's just build one of those. Now, I have done this before. Apartments tend to be the more efficient system, just fitting more people into smaller space. However, the comfort level is lower because it's more cramped than just having like a house, essentially. So for our initial colony, though, I think we'll be all right with less efficient space usage. It is taking up quite a bit, but yeah, we're not going to have a whole lot of colonists to begin with anyways, so, and also we have to consider where in the dome we're going to build it, because those passages, where is that? Passages will take up some space as well, and we don't really need that until we have another dome to connect it to, but that is going to be important once we get, like, production of resources going, so okay, we'll start with our living complex right here, make it look nice. Alright, so here's our, okay, before we do that, let's go bring our rover here with its resources. Storage, there it is. Okay, we have our resources so that we can, oh, we have our drones, we're doing something here. Okay, so they're going to be transporting some resources to this location as well. Nice. We're going to need that. Alright, we got our construction going on here. Just a little bit of concrete, and there they are. Very nice. Okay, what else we got? So now we have a place for the colonists to live. Let's do, what else are they going to need? They're going to need something to do while they're on Mars. So we have a diner, open air gym. Gym is actually, I usually build one of these just as some place for them to, something to do during the day, as well as to keep them healthy, which is very important. It does cost polymers. We do have enough for this. Let's see what else we got first, though. Grocer. Okay, so we are going to need a food production system here as well. Do we have... Where is the... okay, fungal farm. Let's check how the research is going on that. Kind of... Okay, we still got a lot queued up before that. Let's... low G turbines is almost there. Let's remove some of these and let's do fungal farms next and then re-queue some of these. Because food production is going to be very important. Oh, sorry, I guess I ruined my eye. Okay. And there we go, we got some houses here. I think these also have some different skins for it too. Hey. These are pretty sci-fi. Retro futuristic. Alright. Alright, so let's see, where was I? Oh, hydroponic farm, that's another option we got here too. These consume water depending on crop type. Sorry. Let's see. So we can do hydroponics or fungal farms. I'm gonna scan complete. More water store reserves, that's good, that's good. And some surface metals as well. Okay. Alright, so machine parts here. Where's that one drone? What is he doing here? Where is he? Where's that one that I had running, carrying machine parts? Okay, well, we will have him get some here. Okay, and bring that down here. Alright, so for food production we can do either hydroponics or fungi. What do we have for this? Outdome. Okay, so I guess this is another consideration. For when colonists are working outside of the dome, they're going to, it's going to affect their mental state more rapidly than working inside the dome. So with that consideration, if we can do, this also costs electronics. I guess that kind of makes sense. You need hydroponic system, or you need a, in any case. Tough decisions. Let's just focus on hydroponic farms instead. I mean, we can still do these as well, but we'll do hydroponics for our initial. Yeah, that's cost less, and also I think it works, or it doesn't require as many people to operate. So build one of these here. There he's going, he's bringing his machine parts. There we go. Very cool. Anyways, let's see. Let's keep queuing up new sectors to scan. Alright, so looking up here, we've got our metals, rare metals, more rare metals, water. Water here as well. So generally you want the colony to, you can't spread out too far at once with the colony. So we've got a lot of space here, but in order to be working on these out-dome metal extractors, you're going to need a dome nearby for that. So we're going to kind of have to bring the colony up in this direction eventually, even though there's a lot of space to build here. So I think we can have this area as sort of like a infrastructure section, like we can build more oxygen and electrical production and water production here. Well, water production we're going to have it over in this area. And then we can start, and also residential space as well. But we can have, we'll need some domes in this area to extract these metals, and eventually the rare metals if we ever want to do that, which depending on how much funding we're left with, might be necessary at some point. We're still doing all right there though. Okay. Let's see. So this guy, has he delivered his machine part yet? Oh, where'd he go? He's going back now. Okay, all right, so we're good. The drone hub is operational. So now we can begin constructing water extractors. Ah, we need machine parts for this. Okay, that's my bad. Oh yeah, so we're gonna want to fit as many of these here as we can. And we're also gonna need power, so we're gonna have to try to combine the electrical grids. Probably be the best bet. But yeah, let's get a few of these ready to under construction. We're gonna need machine parts, so let's go get some. Actually, wait, how many are we doing here? Let's just take 5. Okay. I think we'll need one more than that. So yeah, we're also going to need to combine our electrical grids. So let's line a cable up for that. Okay. So they'll be able to provide power down there as well as up there as well. Okay, so we have our hydroponic farm complete, but we don't have anybody to operate it at the moment. But we can at least... farm is not working. Okay, so we can queue up which plants we're going to be using here. And this is another nice feature I like here. We've got there is crop rotation functionality in this game. So for basically how that works is different plants will use different resources in the soil. And if you continue to plant the same plants repeatedly, then it's going to use up all those chemicals in the soil, or in this case it's hydroponics, but it's a similar effect. But some other plants will produce additional resources in the chemicals in the soil. So if you cycle these plants in the correct order, the soil quality will increase after, well, not quality, but the next plants that you plant after another type. I'm not explaining this well. It's basically if you have potatoes and carrots. This is just a random example. I don't know if these are actually applicable here. Potatoes will saturate the soil with one resource, but they'll deplete it of another. The carrots, however, need that first resource, so they'll grow better. And as a result, the carrots will produce the first resource that the potatoes need. So you cycle them in order like that, and you'll get better yields than if you just planted potatoes all the time and you're depleting the soil resources very quickly that way. So I don't think these plants that we have here have any crop rotation effects, but we can, let's just queue up one of each so we have some variety there. So wheatgrass grows fast, but doesn't produce a lot. Microgreens, I think, is at low yield, slow growth, but doesn't use as much water. And leaf crops, good yield but slow growth. So that's another consideration for our water production. We're also going to need to provide water for hydroponics. So as you can see, water is going to be essential, as I'm sure is obvious. But yeah, we need water. So let's get on this production here. Let's load another 5 machine parts. Will that work? There we go. Okay, I'm not sure it's working here. Oh, there we go. And well, in any case, that might just be all we have there available. So let's go unload those. Right, we need a storage location here. Right, bring those down here. Start our secondary construction site. All right. So, all right, we've got plenty of electricity. Looks like oxygen is doing good. We have a lot of stored, and we're producing a decent amount. We don't have water yet, but we're working on that. Metals we're good with. Concrete we're good, and we're producing that still, so we should be all right with that. I'm going to adjust this headset here quick. Sorry. Polymers we're pretty low on. We don't really have any way of getting those yet other than shipping them to Mars, or spacing them to Mars. So we're going to have to be a little conservative with our construction with that in the meantime. Occasionally you can find polymers on the surface, but otherwise we're just going to have to produce the polymer. Oh, actually, here's some right now. Polymer deposit. So we'll have to go collect that at some point. I think we can just have a drone pick it up. Yes. Nice. Alright, so looks like we're getting ready. Have our resources delivered here. Yes, teleport the containers. I mean, okay. I always go back and I always bring this up too, and considering realism in games, you kind of have to have a balance between accuracy and playability. So obviously it's not exactly accurate. I mean, the drones should have to come up and pick these out and unload them, but it's just a whole other difficulty, time-consuming things to consider. You kind of have to make sacrifices in the area of realism to account for a fun-to-play game. That said, though, this game does not do very much sacrificing of reality compared to a lot of others that I've seen. So I still think this is the most realistic science fiction space game that I have played. And one of the most fun as well. So, alright, how are we looking here? Alright, so let's take a quick detour here and see how our colony is doing versus some of these others. Wow, America is not doing great at this colony. That's... well, I guess they're alright. Yeah, okay, they've got water production. That's much more than we have. Russia, wow, they're doing pretty good. Europe, also doing pretty good here. And, alright, so we've got some competition. We've got some milestones completed, though, already. That's nice. Okay, yeah, so another one of these things brought up by this milestone here is, in order to launch rockets, again, we're going to need fuel. There is no rocket fuel on Mars by default. Very unfortunate, but it's probably obvious. So we're also eventually going to need to produce more fuel to send these rockets back to Earth, because we're going to need resupply missions, and we only have so many rockets available to us. So we're going to need a fuel production system, we're going to need a polymer production system, we're going to need machine parts and electronics production. We're going to need a lot of stuff to be built here, so this is going to be quite the endeavor. Let's see, alright, let's look at what else we got here for our colonists when they get here. Dome services. Alright, let's do the gym, because this is going to be very important for keeping colonists healthy. Infirmary and grocer. So we're also going to need a food distribution system. So I believe let's do a grocer here as well. I think we gotta want to save some room for passages. So let's do. I'm gonna do this. You can only have one other building here. That's unfortunate. Let's do that. Spacebar, art store. Art store, yeah, these consume polymers. We don't want to have to worry about that for now. Same electronics. Aquarium. That's nice. Very relaxing. I want to build a tunnel out here eventually too, so let's build one of those. Some gardens here. So we do have the aquarium. I think that will work for now for a relaxation place. Okay, so alright, so another thing, we're going to be draining electricity at night. So we're discharging the battery right now. We have quite a lot stored, so I think we might be good until morning. And we'll recharge during the day, I think. Okay, yeah, so we're a little short on power production, so we're going to need a bit more of that. Thankfully, we did just do our... Did we do our wind turbine upgrades, or is that still... No, that's almost done. So once that research is complete, our wind turbines will produce additional electricity, and that should they'll be more efficient, so we'll be able to produce greater amounts that will get us over that deficit there. Oh, we have a new project available. Launch a SETI satellite. Very interesting. Grants funding. Unfortunately, we don't have fuel or that much electronics or an actual rocket to send. Well, I guess we do have a rocket, but we need fuel too. So we'll have to wait on that. Alright, so this research is almost done. Let's just see, or is it almost done? Maybe we still got a little time left. Okay, while we're here, what's up with these? We need more concrete in this area. Let's build another concrete extractor here. That's going to be helpful for our construction efforts in the long term anyways. And the cable as well. Yeah, keep it symmetric. Alright, so we've got, oh, already going up, nice. Okay, looks like we're good, Alright, so we're recharging now. The solar power has been turned on again. How's our battery looking here? So we're charging 189 stored. Okay, yeah, so, yes, alright, so our current electrical deficit is not great enough that the battery will gradually be depleted. It will be recharged enough during the daytime to overcome the discharging at night. So technically, we are okay as far as electrical grid requirements. However, if something happens to our charging system or our battery, or especially the battery, if the battery fails at night, then nothing else is going to work, or we're going to be on an electrical deficit, and things will start shutting down. So we're still going to want, and especially with our expansion over here, we're going to have an increased electrical requirements. So we're still going to want additional power production systems and probably storage as well. We're out of polymers though, so that's going to have to wait. We're going to need like additional production for that. Looks like that drone did take one of the polymers from this spot. Okay, so now that we were producing concrete from here as well, once there's some of that available, there we go, the drones will start working and bring that to our water extractors. Finally have that going, that'll be good. Looks like we're just about done with our turbines. There we go. Okay, so now our production is increased because we have more efficient wind turbines. Very cool, very cool. Oh wait, okay, right. So you do have to do this upgrade per wind turbine. I forgot about that. Well, that will require additional polymers, which we don't have at the moment.
Sector scanned.
Just can't complete, no new resources. Okay, well, we are going to need to construct more wind turbines then. And solar panels, but we want to have some nighttime power production capabilities, so let's stick with wind turbines for the time being. Another good thing to point out too is that all of this infrastructure is in one location, so it does save space, but if one of those dust devils were to come through here, or a meteorite were to strike in this area, it could do a serious amount of damage. So a good idea is to spread out the production at least a little bit, because actually this is going to cost too much machine parts. Let's not do that. If you spread out too much, then any failures in the cable system could cause large amounts of it to shut down. But if it's spread out enough, it's more distributed, so that a critical failure you can go around it essentially, or you can have enough backup systems operational that it won't shut everything down. So let's just try to build some wind turbines, a little spread out here. So we have so it's a little harder for us to get completely knocked out of commission. And we have, alright, so the first water production system is complete. We're going to need to connect some pipes to that. We still got plenty of metals left to build pipes, so we'll send this all the way up here. Ooh, rumor, Russia has nearly completed a milestone. They're about to launch a rocket from Mars. How are they doing fuel production already? I wonder if they just shipped it to Mars. That would be interesting. Huh. Surprising. Okay. I just remember too, you can contact these other colonies to do trades or communications. Also sabotage, I think, too. I haven't used these very much though, so I'm gonna hold off on that for now. I don't really know how that whole system works or what you can actually accomplish with that, so I haven't used that mechanic yet. Let's keep this queue going. Alright, so our water production is just waiting on this pipeline to be completed. We'll have our our life support systems merged. And then we'll have, how's our water storage looking actually? Oh, we got plenty of space left. Yeah, we still got space. Okay. So, let's see, are these, the hydroponics aren't, okay, yeah, these aren't working right now. So, let's just turn that off. These aren't going to be good for anything at the moment while we don't have people here. Alright, what else we got here? Do we need greenhouse? Yeah, we're out of polymers again, so I think we can send a drone to collect this last one on the surface here. So polymer production is going to be, okay, we need to do some more research before doing that. How are we looking at research at the moment? Oh, okay, we got Stirling generators available. Yeah, radioisotopes. Okay, yeah. So, large radioisotope heater unit. Basically, what this is you have a chunk of radioactive material that's emitting radiation, alpha particles, gamma rays, or beta particles. Those are out of order, but you get the point. And as those particles collide with other atomic structures, technically they can do damage, but it's not like on a macro level. But those collisions will produce heat. So if you have that chunk of radioactive material inside of a special containment system, you can absorb the heat that is produced from those radiation collisions. And that radiation produces heat, which produces electricity. So this is basically a continuous power source, since the radioactive material isn't going to stop being radioactive for very, very, very long times. They're not the most efficient as of right now, I don't believe, but this is what they've used to power like deep space probes. I believe Voyager is powered by a radioisotope generator. So yeah, we have the ability to, we can do some research to produce these. They are pretty expensive though, needing a lot of polymers. I don't think it's really worth diverting research resources to that at the moment. We're not going to be able to do a whole lot of that. Let's queue up this extractor amp ability, and not a whole lot else here. Let's do this training thing, because we're going to have colonists coming sort of soon. So we got our pipeline connected. Looks like we're working here. All right, so water. Oh yeah, we also have waste rock will be produced from these because they are drilling technically. So let's build another storage site for. Also the concrete is here too. So let's have a spot to just put the waste rock there. These other guys. Okay, so we need more concrete to continue construction on these. So that will come eventually. How's our scanning looking? Sensor towers are giving it quite a big boost. That's good. I think we have a lot of electronics left, but I think let's save that in case we have any bigger stuff to construct with it. Okay, so a research lab will help us so people who are on Mars can be doing research as well, to help us develop new technologies faster. Eventually we're going to have to do that too, so let's construct one of these here as well. Okay, and then for dome spires, we don't have anything yet. There's this tree, but I'm pretty sure that's glitched. I don't really know what it does. Okay, so metal extractor. I guess we could build one of those, but I don't think it's really a good use of resources at the moment, because we're not going to be able to use it yet. Research, and I think this is from a mod, so hold off on that because I'm not sure how that'll work. Okay, we might need some additional recharge station. Let's put one of those out in here just for drones that are going back and forth. Okay, so it's currently, I believe it's nighttime now. Yeah, so we're at nighttime. We are still we're in the red with, no, in the black. It's been a while since financial stuff. Okay, so yeah, now our electricity is just breaking even, just barely charging our power supply storage. So let's do a bit more electrical production systems, wind turbines. We have 17 machine parts left, so we can afford a few more at this stage, I think. Again, we want it to be spread out a little bit, but not so much that they can be completely cut off. We also kind of want to keep it away from the... So, okay, as you can see here, this one is being... has taken some... It's starting to wear out a little bit, especially because of the dust and from the concrete extractor. So as they deteriorate, eventually it'll get to the point where they stop working, and a drone will need to repair it with some resources. So it's not too much of a concern at this point. Oh, see, this one is getting close there, actually. So that takes one machine part to repair these. So long term, we are going to need resource production for upkeep, essentially. Can't just keep shipping stuff to Mars because that's going to be too expensive. So, alright, we got another water production system operational here. We can connect those. Or is that? No, it's like this. We can cancel that. Let's just do this over. There we go. We'll also need that one as well. And power. I think these are powered. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so let's just speed this up a little bit. Disable this research facility since it's not. So yeah, it's another thing. These buildings will all require produce additional power requirements. So if we disable or deactivate the buildings, they won't require as much electricity, and they're not being used now anyways. So it's not the end of the world if they're deactivated. Actually, let's do while we are. We got quite a bit of concrete. Let's put a landing pad here. This way we won't have a bunch of dust kicked up by our rockets landing. Keep it close to the dome. Yeah, there we go. Alright, how about, let's see. Tunnel, that's expensive. So yeah, a tunnel will be one way we can get up onto this mountain or plateau area here. Is if we dig a tunnel from this flat area up to here, then we can have drones and I guess colonists too come up this to this area here. We've got an anomaly there, some metals, concrete. Not a whole lot else yet, but I guess I haven't scanned it yet though. So, all right, we got our water production system going here. Very nice. Our water grid is at 10 and 1 demand, so we are having a great surplus there. Let's do another. Oh, we got goal completed. Mission challenges. We have a 100 electrical production. Nice. So we have an atomic accumulator prefab. Thanks, Earth. Which I believe is a large battery system. So let's see. Atomic stores power. Charges slowly. So. We should probably do that sooner than later. Let's build that. Let's put that in the middle here so we have it a little bit of ways away from our other critical infrastructure there. Okay. Scan complete. Okay, Russia has launched a rocket from Mars. Very impressive. How that got so much fuel, I'm not sure. Let's see, what was I looking for? Life support, I think. Yeah, we need more water storage. Or, well, we don't need it, but we're going to eventually. We're already half full here, so let's do another water storage, water tank. Yeah, we still got plenty of concrete left. And yeah, let's start spreading these out. Add some ability to account for failures here. Also an air tank as well. Redundancy, that's what I'm looking for. So we got some storage systems here. So right in the middle, hopefully that will be, yeah. And as we're building additional domes over here, we have this close by as well. Sorry, I just gotta check on something real quick. All right. All right. Okay, so let's see. Where are we at in the long term, or for our colonists landing here? So we have power productions looking pretty decent. We're still charging the accumulator, but that will happen over time. Life support grid. We almost have our max capacity on oxygen. That's great. And our demand is much lower than our supply. Production. Also, water, we're looking really good. We have low demand. I think this will require additional water once it's operational, but not too much though. So we're all right on that. Also, oxygen. But we should be good there. So we have oxygen, we have electricity, we have water, we have a food production system here that's ready for people to operate. Let's see what else we have. What else we need? We're a little low on polymers, but we don't really need those at the moment. We have a dome, we have living quarters. Let's see, what else do we need here? We have a research lab. That's not essential at this point. We have a food distribution building. Infirmary, that will also be helpful, good to have, essential, I suppose. Medical services are very important. Let's put that here. Let's see, and then cinema. How much? Oh, it's pretty expensive. Electronics. Yeah, we can't splurge on recreational stuff at this stage of the game, but yeah, I think. Okay, so I believe. Once this is about finished here, actually, well, as it is now, I think we're probably about ready to start sending people to Mars. We've got some really good infrastructure going here. I suppose we could add another pipeline for redundancy's sake, but we still have a lot of our storage systems are up here as well. So, and plus anything that's going to hit this area is going to be pretty close to wherever the other pipeline would go as well. So we'll look into that in the future, especially once we get more domes built, but I think we're good for now. So I think we're ready to start sending colonists. I am going to put a pause on the stream here, and we'll do another stream, hopefully, in the near future, where we actually send people to Mars in the game. So, got that to look forward to, but I think this is a good stopping point. We've got a lot accomplished here. We've got an electrical and life support systems going. We've got food production ready to start. And yeah, so thank you very much for watching this. And yeah, this has been my first stream, so obviously I'm probably made a lot of mistakes already. But we'll hopefully do this again very soon. So thank you for watching, and have a good night. This has been Bailey at Rocket Science Gallery. So hopefully see you again later. Bye.